Hello everybody, welcome back to Hyper Lemon GT. Today we're going to be continuing our recovery from driver grade D, hopefully to driver grade A. Currently at grade B, and maybe a couple more races we can get to grade A. So we are in the Porsche 919 LMP1 car, ridiculously fast, at the Nurburgring GP circuit. So we're racing against a mixed field of Japanese and Australians today, and off we go, starting the race. So we get a reasonably clean exit from the last corner to give us a good run down the pit straight. So braking now, I clipped the back of that guy, well maybe hit him pretty hard. He broke a little bit earlier than I expected, but nonetheless I think that was my fault. The guy in P2 looks like he's spun, so handed us the position quite easily there. So now we're just going to try and hunt down the Australian, Mr. Race Ninja 23 Pro. It seems like he's reasonably quick, but let's see if we can catch him. So we're going around the hairpin here, keeping the car nice and balanced, and then on the throttle early. Okay, so we skip now to the start of lap 4. Not much happened during those previous 2 laps. Didn't really catch Mr. Race Ninja, just followed him, keeping the gap about constant. But it looks like he made a mistake there at turn 2, and again at turn 3. He's gone a bit wide, giving us a chance to catch up. Now we're getting the slipstream, less than 0.3 of a second behind now, and into turn 6, and then have a look down the inside at turn 7, but that's not really an overtaking opportunity. I shouldn't really have stuck my nose down the inside there, I just lost a bit of time. And into the hairpin, I just brake a bit later than Race Ninja, and we slip the car down the inside. So now on the chicane, just lift briefly and back on the power. So much downforce, you can be confident you've got the grip. Now, last corner before the long back straight, get a clean exit, and Race Ninja has gone a little bit wide there I think. So he's almost a second behind. We should be safe for the win if we don't make any mistakes. So out of the last chicane, keeping the car, getting the car straight as possible before we put the power on. This Porsche is 4-wheel drive. If you're not straight, you're going to get some understeer, go wide. Okay, so win the race, only by a small margin, 0.8 of a second. But yeah, reasonably good race. So the Japanese and the Australians quite mixed there. Australians I think doing a little bit better. Korean down there in P14. Okay, so that's confirmation. We gained 3 positions and won the race. So, gee, that wasn't enough to get us to driver grade A. So we're still a B grade driver, and we're doing another race in the LMP1 Porsche now, but this time we're at Suzuka. So qualified in P10, which is quite far down the grid. I think it's unlikely that we can get the win from P10. But with these LMP1 cars, you don't really know, because as I said, they're super quick and they're super difficult to drive. every input you make, like throttle, brake, steering, has a big input, has a big output on the car's behavior. So you have to be quite delicate with your movements, and it's very easy to make a mistake. So they're very delicate, plus they're so quick, so things happen very, very quickly. Okay, so we start the race, P10, going into turn 1, just balancing the power, try and get a nice clean exit, and then we enter these S's, where it's all about just balancing the throttle and keeping it tight to the apex. So there's the first victim of the LMP1 car going into the gravel, so handing us P9. Now let's try and hunt down P8, Mr. Nano. Okay, so P8 was handed to us as another spin, and P7, another spin. So you can see these cars are pretty difficult to drive. Now we're getting very close to the Japanese Nano, and we get a nice exit from the hairpin. So as I said, this Porsche is actually 4-wheel drive, so the 2 front wheels are electrical motor driven, so you get really quick exits from these slow speed corners. So quite an easy overtaking maneuver. Okay, so we skip now to the end of lap 2. Not much happened in the previous lap. Lap 3 was my quickest lap during this race, so I'm just going to take you through some of the lines and how to drive these LMP1 cars. So going down the pit straight, getting some serious speed, just dropping a couple of gears and then getting back on the power, and then drop a couple more gears, be patient on the throttle, and then get a clean exit. Now into the S's, my strategy here is just keep it together, keep it near the apex, and don't be too aggressive on the throttle. This final exit from the S's, you want to get as straight as possible, you want to be flat on the exit. Now here, just drop a couple of gears and you want to get really on that apex. So this time I missed the apex, so I'll have lost about 1/10 of a second from that. Now into the hairpin, not really sure how to do this corner, but for the exit you just need to get this Porsche as straight as possible and then get on the power. And now down into, I think, spoon corner, couple of gears down, and then you just got to back on the power, drop a couple more gears and be really, really patient. I got on power a bit early there and I had quite a big moment. Quite surprised I held that actually. These things happen so quickly in LMP1 cars. And then around 130R, if you're brave, you can take it flat, but that time I did lift, just for a bit of confidence. And finally, around the last chicane, just hit the apexes and make sure you have a clean exit, don't get any oversteer. Then down the pit straight. So a 1:45.2, reasonably good lap, not super quick yet, but quick enough. Okay, so we're skipping now to the end of lap 5. So we just took P5 because there was another victim of the LMP1 car, so another crash. They are hard to drive. So lap 5 is actually the lap where we should be pitting. So it's half race distance, we need fuel, and the tyres are wearing down. But if you notice, we've got 3 Japanese guys just up ahead of us, and if they're pitting this lap, and I pit this lap, then for sure I have to overtake them. But if I hold out one more lap, then as these are battling within each other, potentially I can overtake a couple in the pits. So everybody has pitted this lap, and I'm going to continue on for one more lap. And my idea being that as the 3 Japanese guys exit the pits, they're going to be battling for the rest of the lap, slowing each other down, whereas I'm now having a clean lap, so hopefully can be a bit quicker and can overtake maybe one or two of them during this pit stop. So now at the end of lap 6, as you can see, I'm running out of fuel, so I have no choice, have to pit this lap. So there we go into the pit lane. So we're going to change the tyres, we don't have any options, so we have to take the hard tyres, and then we're going to refuel. So it looks like the Porsche mechanics pretty efficient on the tyre change there. Now we want exactly 4 laps of fuel, check, so didn't get too much fuel, and now we exit the pits. Looks like we're in P3, so overtook 2 people from that strategy, so that was, I think, successful. Okay, now we're going to try and hunt down Mr. Taco in P2, so skipped a couple of laps there. And Mr. Taco is now overtaking somebody who's been lapped, and in the process he has gone a little bit wide and handed us the position. But now we're going to have to overtake Mr. Thomas, who's getting lapped, and this is not the best place to overtake. So he turned into a ghost car, which was convenient, so it didn't slow us down at all. Now around the final chicane, so now up into P2. Didn't really expect to be this high, given that we started in P10. Okay, so we're skipping now to the end of lap 9, the start of lap 10, and we're hunting down Mr. Evil Pork Chop. So we've been gaining on him slowly, and now he's 2 seconds in front of us. Now gaining 2 seconds in 1 lap is going to be a push. So I am pushing quite hard. Maybe it's possible, but 2 seconds is a lot of time. But it looks like there's a back marker. It might get in our way, but nope, he very kindly just drove off into the wall, letting us pass cleanly. Okay, now around the hairpin. Looks like we're getting closer to Evil Pork Chop. 25, not to mention that. Wasn't the first one there, it was the 25th one. So these Porsches really well planted. As you can see, Pork Chop is also in the Porsche. So it looks like he went a bit wide there at the corner. He had a bad exit, and now we are gaining quite a lot. So around 130R, this time I'm really brave, just keep it flat, and now braking hard into the final chicane, and down the inside we go. So a reasonably clean move. We touched Pork Chop a little bit, got a little penalty for ourselves, but just braking to get rid of that penalty there. So Pork Chop crashes into the back of us at the end there, quite expected. Yeah, so we got the win from P10. Unexpected, gotta say, and Mr. Pork Chop, I don't think he'll be happy with that result, given he led from pole position, led every lap until the last corner. Bit of a shock for him, but good race for us. Cool, so that's pretty much it. Maybe we're at driver grade A now, I'm not sure. But don't forget to like, subscribe and comment on the video. And if you have any ideas about the next videos you would like to see, just leave me a comment and we'll create a new video. Could be GT Sport, it could be Formula 1 2017, Dirt 4, and I think I have Project Cars as well. So if you have any requests, just let me know. Cool. Now here's the victory celebration. So gained 9 positions and won the race. Oh, cool. Thank you all, and see you again next week.